Hey everybody, Rupert here. Today we're going to be talking about the ArmA 2 editor. In the editor you can spawn helicopters, motorcycles, cars, anything that you might use in DayZ. You can spawn in the editor and try them out without the pressure of actually being in the DayZ game. So what you're going to want to do is go to single player, then you're going to go down to editor, you're going to choose the Chernarus map, click continue. It'll boot up the map. You can zoom in and out of the map with your mouse wheel. You can right mouse click and drag the map to get where you want to be. And we're just going to go down to Chernarus here. And we are going to go right over here. And we're going to double click on the map, double left click. And you can spawn, we're going to start with, we're going to go down to cars. We're going to do motorcycle. And we're going to do control. Is the player. And when we click OK, that's spawned a motorcycle there. Then all you got to do is go over to the right panel, click the preview button, and it should load in just a second. And there we go. If I hit my third person, see I've spawned in as a player on the motorcycle in Chernarus, and I can just simply start her up. I'm using the WASD controls here to drive in first person. You can certainly go out to third person and drive around, but anyway, you're in the Chernarus map. There's no pressure. You didn't have to go and find all the parts to fix this motorcycle up and then learn how to drive it, so you're not worried you're going to get killed while you're trying to figure out, how squirrely this thing can get, which it can get if you're not used to it. So that is one way to practice using the motorcycle. So we're going to jump back out, hit abort. One thing that you're probably going to want to do when you do this is if you place a bunch of stuff on the map, it's kind of hard to choose which one you spawn in as. So what I usually do when I'm playing around is I'll go over to the right side and I will click clear, and that will wipe out everything that you've placed on the map so far. So next we are going to double left click again. Instead of cars, I'm going to go to the air drop down, player as pilot, and then I'm going to go over to the unit drop down over here and choose the UH1Y. Click OK. You can see that it put a helicopter on the map right there. All you got to do is go over to the right side again, click the preview button, and you should load in as the pilot of the helicopter. And you're in the Chernarus map once again. So all you got to do, usually what I do here is I'll scroll down on the mouse wheel, turn the HUD off just so I can see what I'm doing. Hold down the Q button to start up the rotors. And I usually fly the helicopter with the mouse, which I've gotten pretty used to. It's not very difficult. It's kind of my preferred way to do it. I tried the keyboard controls for a while and didn't like it as much, and felt like I had a lot more luck just flying with the mouse. So give it a try. That's what this is for. You can come in here and experiment and do whatever you want. No repercussions. Nobody chasing after you, shooting you. No zombies running you down. The whole point behind this is it's a nice, safe place to learn how to do all of this cool stuff that is kind of high-end, high-risk stuff in DayZ that's really hard to do in the game. So if you practice it here, when you do get a helicopter in the game, you'll be able to bust out of there, not have any problems, nobody be chasing you in here, and you can practice doing cool stuff so that when you get into DayZ, you can show off for all your friends and they'll think you're a hot shit chopper pilot. So, pretty cool. Safe place to do it. We're going to plow into the ground here. Barrel roll, adios, and jump back out. Anyway, you can do cars, motorcycles, whatever you want. If you're having trouble in here learning how to fly, I've seen lots of videos already explaining this, so I'm not going to go into it in detail. I'll just show you where it is. Exit back out of here, go to your main menu, and you can actually get some tutorials into the boot camp. There's lots of videos explaining this kind of stuff out there, so I won't go into this deep, but you can choose all these different things, and if you were to choose the helicopter training session in here, you'll go in and it'll actually kind of show you the controls on the screen for how to fly it. Another good place, it'll give you some objectives and those kinds of things, but you can't do this on the Chernarus map. So the editor will let you play around in Chernarus once you've learned all the controls and things. Obviously, learn the controls in the boot camp, but you probably going to end up wanting to doing most of your flying on the actual map you'd be playing DayZ on. So just go into the editor and Chernarus and fire it up.